All right, welcome to my channel. This is episode number one, the story about or behind the hard conversations with your host. I am Dr. Michelle J. Clark, and I have a question. Have you ever felt like your entire life was falling apart at once? Have you ever questioned yourself whether you had enough strength to keep going? If so, this episode is for you. Again, today is a very special day on several occasions because today is the day it makes 17 years since the greatest of all time, Mr. Michael Jackson, RIP to him, um, is, you know, is that special day. So, and it's special also because my initials is MJ. So, hey, we both great. All right. So, this is a special day. Let's get right into it. Why did I start this podcast? I created Hard Conversations with Dr. Michelle J. Clark myself because I believe healing begins with those hard conversations. Many people suffer in silence, right? We often avoid talking about grief, failure, divorce, disappointment, rejection, or even starting over. My goal here is to create a place where people can have those hard conversations without feeling shame, right? Who am I? My name again is Dr. Michelle J. Clark. I am a daughter, I am a mother, I am a grandmother, and I am an entrepreneur as well as an educator and author. Stay tuned for my book, Believing in Me. That should be released before Christmas. Okay, so stay tuned for that. I earned a PhD in Human and Social Services, but know that my title does not define me. All right. My experience shaped me far more than any degree has. And as you see here, my degree is here, right? All right. Everybody go through, or some people, not everybody, excuse me. Some people have went through marriages. Some people have went through divorces, unfortunately. I believed in marriage. I wasn't looking for a temporary relationship. I wanted a lifetime commitment. That's just who I am, right? When I when I think about marriage or when my marriage ended, it wasn't something I wanted, of course. It was one of my greatest, it was, I felt, one of my greatest failures. Um, one of the greatest concerns was my children, right? I wanted, I didn't want them to experience the divorce. I questioned myself a lot. I also wondered if I could have done anything different. I felt like I had failed my family. And, you know, divorce just wasn't, it wasn't just to end a relationship, it was a loss of the future that I had envisioned, right? Um, at that time, while navigating my divorce, my father was diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer. My father was my greatest source of strength. He was a person that I leaned on. We had those conversations. Watching someone so strong fight cancer changed me. I felt helpless. I realized that life can change in an instant. Um, it taught me to cherish every conversation in every moment. Right? Feeling defeated through those times, I can recall, you know, really feeling defeated. There were days that I cried, um, days that I questioned my future, days that I felt completely alone. And I wondered how I would make it through. I didn't always feel strong, but I chose to keep moving forward. And what helped me to keep going was number one, faith, my children, my father's example of perseverance. My education gave me that purpose, and I learned to process within that process. Just know that it doesn't require perfection. Sometimes success is simply refusing to quit, and my educational journey, um, earning multiple degrees, um, completing a PhD in 2.5 years, um, required discipline, tenacity, sacrifices. And there were nights that I wanted to give up. I wanted to, I didn't want to keep going. It was very taxing. There were moments when balancing life and school felt very overwhelming. And um, each degree represents resilience, not perfection, right? And within my professional challenges, I experienced setbacks in my career. I had opportunities that didn't work out. I had to start over professionally more than once. Those experiences taught me resilience as well as humility. They reminded me that our identity isn't tied to a job title, right? And I had to get back into believing in me, believing in Michelle, right? My book, Believing in Me, was born from my own journey. There were seasons when others doubted me. There were also seasons when I doubted myself at times, little small times, but I did. I learned that believing in yourself is a decision that you make repeatedly, especially when the life give you those reasons not to, right? And let's go back to the hard conversation. So why the hard conversation? Every breakthrough in my life started from a difficult conversation, conversations with myself, conversation with family, conversations about grief, about boundaries, about forgiveness, and about letting go. I believe that those conversations transform lives. And what I want you listeners to expect here, having honest conversations. There is not enough people that are honest. You know, we're in 2026, and we got people lying about tedious things just to make it, right? Let's go back to, you know, times before in the 90s and the 80s even, and get back into being honest. Stories of resistance, leadership lessons where I'm gonna speak about personal growth and entrepreneurship, faith, healing, boundaries, conversations that challenge us to become better than we was yesterday, right? My mission here, I don't want to simply inspire people. I want to equip people. I want people to leave each episode believing that they can take one more step, right? In my life, if my life story helps one person keep going, then sharing it was worth it. And that's what I foresee happening here. Your story matters. Your pain doesn't disqualify you. Your setbacks doesn't define you, and your current chapter is not your final chapter. So, again, thank you for joining me on my very first episode of Hard Conversations with myself, your host, Dr. Michelle J. Clark. And if this episode encouraged you, subscribe, share it with someone who needs it, and join me next time as we continue having the hard conversations that many people avoid, but all of us need it. Okay. So until next time, keep believing in yourself, keep growing, and never be afraid to have those hard conversations. Thank you guys and be blessed. You have a good night. Thank you.